Hello, everybody. I'm trying to understand if it's just me who notices the color difference or if this is visible for everybody. Only today I understood that I messed up the colors. I don't know why. I didn't even think about checking the lots. I bought this yarn from the same producer, and apparently this yarn is a bit red and this yarn is a bit more chocolatey. So yeah, the thing is, so far I worked without mixing these two shades. So I did a stripe of this color and then I did the stripe of reddish without knowing, unintentionally. But where I did mess up was at the sleeve. I started the sleeve with the reddish color and here I finished the red and I picked up the last of brown. So now I have a color change in the middle of the sleeve and I continue with the brown. So I don't know how to do. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm thinking I've made so much work, and the second sleeve, it's all the reddish. So it turns out that I had 3 skeins, 2 reddish, 1 brownish. So I'm thinking to go back to this sleeve and just unravel up to here. Take a little bit of the red from here to do this part. And then continue with the twisted. And here I might as well leave the brown for the end of the sleeve, for the sleeve ribbing. And I can do the same over there. I can do a little bit of twisted because I measured, I cut the skein in half and I measured half of skein to have for one sleeve and half for the other. So I do have the half of skein. Oh my god, but this is just a nightmare. I'm so tired. And don't get me wrong, I love knitting the fisherman rib stitch, but you have to understand these sleeves are 106 stitches. It's not like 60 or anything. It's for a big wide armhole. I'm so angry at myself. How could I not notice? Well, I understand why I didn't notice, because I work on this sweater right before bed and I don't even see the colors. It's only today that I noticed when I was filming the knitting podcast that I posted today. And I noticed this in the camera, and after that I decided to look at the entire sweater and I noticed the color difference. Oh, incredible. Well, what can I do? I'm a bit tired. I was fired today from the job that I was hired to do. I was hired to provide interpretation at a conference today, even though it is Sunday. And when I arrived there, I understood really quickly that it's not the job for me because they needed Russian language. And I kept telling them, no, I don't. As I informed you in the service provision contract, I can only cover English, Romanian. And they didn't take me serious. They was like, oh, don't be crazy. Everybody speaks Russian in Moldova. And I said, sure, I can speak Russian, but I don't work with Russian. It's one thing to ask for coffee in Russian, hi hi ha ha. It's another thing to provide simultaneous interpretation, which is streamed on multiple channels in different countries. It was an international conference for 6 countries, Russian-speaking countries like Georgia, Armenia, Belarus. So I kept explaining to them, and it's a good thing I arrived half an hour earlier than the starting hour. Immediately I reacted and I told the sound guy, and he dismissed me. He said, oh, don't be crazy. I've seen you work with Russian before. And it's yes, like a speech, a thank you, a question, that's fine. But an entire day of presentation and presenting new concepts in or new development in continuous education, I don't know those things. Switching between Russian, Romanian, Russian, English, I don't know. I cannot provide that for you, especially if the conference it is streamed into 6 countries. So he didn't react at all. He was like, "Oh, you're just being crazy." So I went to talk to the moderator, the lady. There were two ladies, one Russian speaker, one English speaker, one from the EU, and the Russian speaker was I don't know from where. I again, I don't know Russian. I don't understand what she was talking about. And I calmly explained I was hired to provide interpretation from English to Romanian and vice versa. I hear you're speaking in Russian. The agenda is in Russian. The channels are English Russian. There's a mix up here. I cannot provide Russian interpretation. And they look at me and they say, that's a huge problem because we need Russian and we are going to conduct the conference in Russian and we are streaming this event into 6 countries. And I said, can you please write to the person who contracted for the conference because it's like a bigger company, it's a bigger family. No, it's like an events company and the events company hired my company. So I said, would you please contact them with this information because I keep conveying this information to the sound engineer and he refuses to pass on the information higher up. He's telling me that I'm being picky and I tell him the truth, I cannot provide this. So whilst they were contacting the events company, I also called the whoever my contact was, whoever I have a contact at that company. And they were like, "Oh, don't be crazy. They required Romanian English. Sit down and just like do your job." And mind you, this is Sunday. I woke up really hard. Oh, hi everybody. I'm just blabbing here before doing a bit of knitting. I'm sharing my firing experience of today. So I was hired to provide interpretation services at the conference. And when I arrived, I see that everything is in Russian. I don't work in Russian. And I immediately informed the sound engineer and the moderators, and they would not take me serious. They would like, "Oh, don't be silly. Everybody knows Russian in Moldova." And I kept explaining to them that I was hired by a events company to provide Romanian English interpretation. I cannot do Russian. I can do Russian as a, 2, 3 sentences, like a thank you very much, but not covering new concepts in continuous education. So ultimately, I was lucky that the two moderators listened to me. They contacted their, I don't know, who was it, the project manager of the project. The project manager contacted the events company. The events company contacted, I don't know who. And then finally, they called me. Why are you making waves? Can you just like sit down and do your job? You're hired to provide interpretation. And I listened to everything and I said, yes, you are right. Interpretation Romanian English. I arrived here and the moderators of the events informed me that they require Russian. Do you want to argue even more or do you want to find the right people? Two interpreters who can connect online because the event is a hybrid mode. And finally they said, yeah, we will deal with everything. So I go back to the interpretation booth. The event starts already. The two lady moderators said, can you please stay until there are the two others? And so they just started the event in 2 languages, in English and in Russian. I'm providing interpretation in Romanian, simultaneous interpretation through the headphones or headset. And in about 20 minutes, I think, the events company found 2 English Russian interpreters who connected online and just started working as per usual. And the two interpreters are from Ukraine. Imagine, they wake up in the morning. They live in Odessa, very close to the Black Sea, very close to Moldova as well. So imagine Ira and Olya, my colleagues from Ukraine. They wake up in the morning, they check the news to see how many other regions were bombed, how many people were killed, how many this and that. And oftentimes they hear the bomb alarm, no, the, how's it called? The drones alarm. And they have to run into the shelters and then like wake up in the morning, verify if everybody is okay, and then like connect online to provide interpretation for different events which have English Russian language combinations. And I'm so grateful they accepted, because it would have been a huge problem. But as a conclusion, I was fired. I was fired. I was told to go home. Nobody needs me there. And most probably, I'm not even going to be paid for this whole debacle. And yeah. And I was told that I'm being crazy. I'm making waves, refusing to work in a language which I don't work in. So that was a whole thing. But everything ended well. The conference went really nicely. I connected online while I was walking home and I listened to them. Oh, hi, Shetika. Hello. Good afternoon, blessings. Hello, blessings to you. I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay that I insisted in raising this issue before the event started. It's a Oh, hi everybody. Give this video a thumbs up before you go. So I'm happy that I arrived half an hour earlier, and immediately I told them that this is a problem. But for some reason, like oftentimes the sound engineers are like, no, 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 you're just being too. Or whenever we tell them that, oh, this is not working, the booth is wrong, the microphone is wrong, not at the right place, there's a buzzing in the headphones, they're like, ugh. So this is why I don't give up after just talking to the sound guy. I just go up and up and up and up until people take this information seriously, because it can really turn a event into a chaos. Imagine these events, the projects invest so much in flying everybody from 6 countries into one common location, into my country, in Chisinau, Moldova. They have to host them at the hotel. Higher catering, higher interpretation, higher logistics. And then the participants are not only from the 6 countries, the participants were adult continuous education specialists from my country. So everybody had to plan, their own life to make sure that they are available today, and the event will continue for the entire week. So imagine, these were people who had to arrange their life, and finally they made it at the conference, and they put the headset on and there's no translation. And they're just gonna be sitting there like, why did I make all this effort? So it is important. And one day, if I'll have an events company, I will understand that this is important. Everything is important. Sometimes even like the lack of pens can make an event go into chaos. It happened. Another time we had no water. And as an interpreter, I need water because I talk nonstop. Or we didn't have pens. Somebody, another event, thought it would be really good not to budget any money for pen, paper, like note taking and agenda. They said everything is available on the platform online. Okay, but not everybody has a tablet. Not everybody is willing to open the agenda on their phone and follow it. You need your phone for replying to emails, messages and everything whilst you have the agenda on some other device, and people didn't have it, so they were like missing things from the agenda, kept asking the same things. They were like, when is this topic gonna be presented? And we kept telling them like, check the agenda, and they were like, stop it, I'm not gonna check the agenda. My phone is, I don't know, connected to some app at work, and I need to be only on that app. Stop telling me to check the agenda. So many things can derail an event, and today the event was almost derailed by this mixed up, and unfortunately I will not be paid. I'm pretty sure I have in my contract a clause that if they cancel 24 hours in or before the event, they need to pay me at least half. And whenever I enforced that clause, people just laughed into my face and they said, don't be crazy, just like cut that amount from the invoice and resend it. Don't be insane. We're not going to pay that. Nobody enforces this kind of clause. We are not in a, like, if you want to work with us again, don't start enforcing such crazy policies. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be paid, which is fine. I didn't waste a lot of my time, but still, it feels a bit annoying. But thank God we are healthy, as my mom said. I want to thank God for another day, blessed day, as Shetika would says. I want to thank God for another blessed day where I was healthy. I came back home. I rested. I was actually on my way to visit some relatives, but they never replied because I don't want to go without announcing, like without asking them if they're home, if they are receiving guests. And they replied after like 2 hours, so I was already at home and I was asleep, so I wasn't gonna leave again. So let's do a quick knitting sesh whilst I listen to some very interesting videos. I feel so much better after venting about my day. So thank you so much for listening, all 5 of you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So this is not a drama channel. I have to remind myself that because I talk so much. This is a knitting channel. So let's do a bit of knitting on my sweater. After discovering the discrepancy of colors, I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to just like put it on standby, but then, you know, slowly I started working again, and this proves to me once again that I'm a bit of impulsive person. I need to just like breathe and not take rash decisions. But it's just annoying. This is supposed to be a hobby, but this many times of raveling, of knitting and then frogging and then knitting and then again having to redo is so annoying. I want to be done, but apparently I can't. So that's what's up. How is your Sunday going? How is your Sunday going? I still have, hold on, it is, oh, my battery died. Oh, great. You know what? I am gonna write to customer support complaining about this wristband because the battery, oh, there we go. The battery dies so fast or something is happening. And if I press this button too much, the text switches like this and you see it as in a mirror, which is even more annoying. Hold on. Do I even have a battery? Hold on. So it is 8 p.m. on a Sunday evening. Yeah, the battery is almost, it's incredible. 8 p.m. So let's do a little bit of knitting before I go and make some tea for my voice. Tomorrow I start a brand new working week with a brand new client from Lithuania. Brand new location. Actually, I've been to that location and oh my god, I'm sorry. That location is a bit annoying because there's no windows. It's in the basement. There's no windows, there's no sunlight, direct sunlight is going. I'm so sorry. I don't know what did I press. I don't know what did I press. Finally, the mobile phone holder, it's arrived in Chisinau. I just need to go and pick it up from the post office, but I can't because I start working at 8 and I finish at 5. So I don't know, maybe during the lunch break I can run real quick and get it. And also tomorrow I have a nail appointment because I busted my nails and they are just, so I have natural nails covered with acrylics, and for some reason they started, well, I know the reason. I'm chewing on them like an animal because I have this, I have worries and anxieties just like everybody else does, and my coping mechanism is to chew my nails until there's blood. So in order to protect my nails, I cover them with acrylic gel, but I did chew on it so much that the nail broke under the acrylic, so I need to go fix it tomorrow. So those are the plans. I'm gonna work for another week for a new client. I should write to him actually because it's unclear. One thing is very unclear, so we need to clarify it. But otherwise, I am blessed to have a job. I am blessed to have good income. I have enough money to feed my pets. My mom visited, helped me with some things in my apartment, and I can afford supporting her and paying her back for the paint she bought. Lots of blessings, to be very honest. You have to remind yourself the blessings as well. We have so many small blessings, thank God, Jesus Christ. I have my health and my sanity. How is your Sunday going? And I really want to test a theory. It seems that when I'm quiet, many more people watch my video, and I always start a live video with the intention of being quiet, and then I kind of talk myself into talking. So let's do a talking break, and let's do a power sesh, a quick knitting sesh. Okay, let's do 5 minutes. I'm not sure I'll be able to resist it, but okay, let's try 5 minutes. Latifa, hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello. Hello, hello. Okay, I made it, guys. I made it a few minutes without speaking. Yes. It's actually quite a good break, a mental break, to just like be quiet and only focus on the knitting. Okay, let's do one more row and then, is this thing all working? I swear to God. I have my old one, but my old one doesn't show the steps anymore. So let's do a few more minutes before I go and prepare me some delicious tea, you know, to wind down and to get ready for a full day of work, a full work week. Oh my God. Today has been so draining that I forgot how to say a full week of work. So if you're a good knitter, you already recognized that I'm doing the fisherman rib stitch on a sleeve. I'm working in round. I'm using my small cable needles, short cable needles, size 4. And I am working on a sleeve, which feels like it goes on forever, but I will finish it. I'll finish it very soon. Not to worry. And I decided to give myself a little break and to come here and to do a bit of knitting with you guys. Hi! Give this video a thumbs up before you go. Latifa says hello. Hi. Hi, Latifa. I'm doing a little bit of knitting. How are you? Oh my god, my dog is asleep and he's bumping into my knee. How are you? I'm fine. Do you knit this evening, Latifa? Are you crocheting? Are you crafting something? Are you relaxing? I'm fine. Oh, that's great. Getting ready for a new week, relaxing and being fine. It's the best news on a Sunday. Well, here in Chisinau, Moldova, it is already Sunday evening. So for me, I already start worrying about next week, about what to do, where to go. I have some yarn in the mail. Oh my god, I cannot wait to get it. And it's been sitting at the post office since Thursday, but I couldn't go get it every day. I finished work at 6, but the post office closes at 5, so I was running and still couldn't catch it. And they would not allow other people to pick up the package for me because I need to be in person with my ID. So imagine, they're afraid that my yarn will be confiscated by other people. So, because I tried, I asked my mom to pick it up when my mom visited last week, and she was at the post office, and they said, no, 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 only the original destination person has to be here with the ID. We don't want to give the yarn to other people. Okay, bye bye. So I think I ordered about 3 skeins of yarn. I caved in one night. I ordered a bunch of silly things from the internet, from China, from this site called Joom. And every time I order from Joom, I just allow myself to buy more yarn, even though it doesn't make sense. It is expensive and it's only 50 grams a skein. And oftentimes when I checked the weight, it wasn't even 50 grams. And it's so unclear what's in the yarn. They write that it's cotton and then it arrives and it's just polyester. So I should not do that. But damn, they post such beautiful images. It got me dreaming about new projects. So I caved in, you guys. I caved. I ordered a few skeins here and there, but that's it. I deleted the app. I'm joking. I didn't delete the app. But like in my mind, I deleted the app and I'm no longer shopping online for yarn. Okay, this is beautiful progress. So thank you so much for keeping me company. I will go now and make me some delicious tea. If you are still here, give this video a thumbs up and let me know what you are planning to do. Is anybody else gonna make some tea, some coffee? Is it already too late for coffee? In my case, it is late. I mean, I'm not drinking coffee at 8:30 in the night, but I'm ready to go make me some raspberry tea to help me with this voice of mine and to warm up. And most probably I will come back to this sleeve because it is my project from home. Finally, I can finish it. It is a sweater and it's ginormous. It's sitting on my lap and keeping me warm, but I'm ready to have it finished so that I can move on to another project. Yay! I can't wait. Abby Vasquez, love it. Enjoy your tea. Thank you so much. Abby, is it from Sebastian? Thank you, Abby. I will because my voice really needs some warm tea. Okay, have a good evening. Bye bye. Let's breathe in. Let's calm and let's not see all this craziness that my dog has made with his toys. It's all good. We're just gonna drink some tea and relax until it's Monday morning, and then I can go back to stressing. I can still relax tonight. Okay, have a good night.